So kind of like the story behind this is I don't ever pretend that I've experienced more than anyone else. I don't pretend that my life is harder than anyone else because I think that's an ignorant statement. I feel like people have things way worse than I do. But I had a really complex night happen one night with my brother, and I didn't really know how to perceive it all. I didn't know how to really handle it. I just kind of wrote it all down, and that's how I processed it. And so the whole poetry thing is kind of how I've been processing it. So this is called Dear Reader, and I hope you guys like it. Dear Reader, I love you more than any word could physically express, and I know that this sounds meaningless, but please just hear me. And I'm told that my God knew me before He placed me in my mother's sweet, sweet, loving arms, and I've got to believe that He placed every single step to this very moment, and He called it ours. Because we are all the same, no matter how much society tells you that we aren't. And I know that God's children have been so kind to you since you were a child, but I promise that He did not design you to settle for this mediocrity while I practiced my piety. Reader, I love you more than you could ever know. I've loved you more and more every single time I've picked you up from the floor. And I know that I haven't been so kind, and I pushed you to the very furthest corners of my mind. But I swear that despite my self-righteousness, that you don't have to puff your chest to be the tough kid. And I know that this world is not fair, and that you've been rejected from time to time. But I tell you this with every single inch of my soul, that you are worth more than you settled for. Dear Mom, I am sorry that despite all your warnings to me as a child, that I was still selfish enough to think that I was an exception. Because if I'm being completely honest with everyone, I've done a lot of things that I promised myself I wouldn't. Like saving myself for marriage when I fell asleep to the dreams of the girls that I broke that promise for. When I said I wouldn't be like all of my friends, finding the bottom of every single bottle and getting high. But Mom, honestly, I've done both of those in the same night. Dear Dad, I have told you and Mom every dream that I have ever had. And like the loving parents that you are, you've supported my pursuit of every star. And I've repaid your love like the story of the prodigal son. I left your home a young, prideful boy, only to return as this broken beggar. And I am sorry for all of the years that I faked it till I made it. Because growing up, all of my friends taught me to fake it till I make it. So I'm going to fake it every day, just like Adam did to hide the fact that he was naked. And I am a fake. Dear God, I am sorry that I'm not the person that I've wanted you to believe that I am. Because I truly desire change, but honestly, I'm afraid I've stayed the same. I would rather satisfy all of my lust than to be alone and trust you. I mean, I find myself waking up wanting to know that you're near, yet I'm too apathetic to even pick up your letters to me and to find out what your heart has meant for me to hear. God, I am sorry. I am sorry for all of the destruction that I have caused, because we are all called to be builders of your kingdom. But God, I feel all I do is rip the base out from beneath it. But God, if you could save all of the damage that I have caused and mend the heart of every single person I've ever loved, and if drowning myself meant saving my friends and my family, then I want you to wrap those chains up so tightly to my feet and toss me into this raging sea. Because God, honestly, this weight has gotten heavy. Thank you.
Yeah.